Well, hello everybody. I was gonna last minute do comms, so I was gonna do tracking, but yeah. Alright. Eastern Green Pendant, vanilla. Very cool. And I'm joined here by JD Silvergun, jumping from the last race that literally just ended.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know you had it covered. I hope you don't mind me jumping in with you.
Oh, go for it. It's a lot better than being solo.
Yeah, it's quite difficult to comp solo, I think, but I'm glad to be here. I have a personal interest in this race because the winner of this set is my next opponent.
Okay, that makes sense. You know who won game one? It was Doomtap, right? Or was it SacriJuts? I actually don't remember because I think that I know this is. Or no, wait, no, this is tiebreaker. This is tiebreaker, isn't it?
Oh, it's game 3. Okay.
I think so.
There you have
it.
Yes, the bracket confirms that this is 1-1, so this is game 3 of this set.
That. Do that. There we go.
SacriJuts into town early.
Will Doomtap make the same play? Answer is yes.
Blind set. Sword. Small key to Meyer. Bird piece. Bombs. And blue mail. Now, armor is really helpful if you only have 3 hearts, honestly. It really increases survivability from some trolly enemies like Moldorms.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I was like the early blue mail usually pushes me, at least personally, a little bit earlier to do the pod helmet fight because it's you're walking in with at least an extra heart just from the bomb damage.
Definitely.
Up to Ice Palace Glove. Map of Eastern, so which we already know is Green Pendant. That.
The vanilla green pendant, eh? Our runners are probably going to avoid Eastern.
Probably. We're probably not going to see it unless it ends up being our only good way into Mire.
Yeah, we have some other interesting ways to do Mire, but it just depends on the seed or runner comfort as well. And just money in the back of the tavern. We're unable to get Sick Kid or the Magic Bat check right now. Oh, Doomtap had to backtrack for the bottle vendor, not having enough money. Goes for the spin speed, and we get it. We. Okay. SacriJuts with the race game. Skip. Another Mire Small.
And like, getting one small for Mire is nice. Anything beyond that's kind of whatever. I mean, unless the extra Mire small can come into clutch in the very, very specific circumstance of deleting the Trinex boss store.
Oh, that's a good point. That's true. Also, some people use their Meyer smalls in Swamp, like the classic HMG routing. Like, that doesn't usually come up, but it's a good option to know it's available.
Yeah.
If you're like already in Meyer and you know Swamp is a crystal, you might want to go for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, did Doomtap get the East Desert Big somewhere? I didn't notice I was getting this set up. He does not have the Desert Big. Okay, I was right that he didn't have it.
It's easy to be mentally disorganized, unfortunately. Or, I was gonna say maybe muscle memory, but NMG doesn't go that way. At least not immediately. I don't know. I'm sure he's beating himself up for it already.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed the quadrant.
Something.
It was either a map or a small key to Dark Palace. I saw the text box.
Yeah, he also picked up an item. Oh yeah, it was flute.
The flute. Okay, so Doomtap had the small key, which SacriJuts did not. I think they picked that up before I jumped in.
Okay,
so it was a pod small.
It was a flute.
Yes. So logically, I think SacriJuts has the flute.
Yeah. He just, his screen wasn't scrolled over, so couldn't quite tell what it was.
Yep, that is the challenge of no logic tracking. And we see the hammer is in the back of Escape.
Hammer is, it's nice. It's definitely really nice to have.
Strong weapon, and opens up a few checks as well when we get to places that have those. Era map in Agena. So did SacriJuts skip, like, Agena K45, it looks like?
Yeah, I think maybe he didn't have enough bombs to suicide. So he just left.
Oh, yeah. If you don't set up the death warp, it is a pain. Yeah, that's a good point. He thought about that bug net and then was like, nah.
Hey, you have a sword. You have a sword. You don't need the hyper-specific circumstance where bug net is legitimately useful.
Now, one time I did the Fairy Revive for an Index 6 push, and realistically I probably should have just looked for better options.
Hey, there's a Meyer Big sitting right there.
Oh. If we get some medallions, I mean, that could be helpful.
Oh yeah, there's absolutely a scenario where that's actually pretty decent. And Doomtap is gonna walk all the way back to turn in this flute afterwards. I mean, this early in the seed, you may as well have barely gone anywhere. You don't even need to clip up the mountain. You can just fly up there.
Yeah, early flute is super nice. The bow in the sunken treasure by the dam. Alright, mini Voldarm Cave. We're doing archery strats. I agree with this. Al decides to just use the sword. Sword actually probably is easier. I changed my mind.
Hey, sword. Second sword.
Blue Boomerang has its uses. Bomb juke? Yes. Okay, Doomtap picks up his bow from the dam. SacriJuts having a little bit of trouble setting this up. I'm having a hard time seeing with the sprite. Unfortunately, does not get it. I never really thought about that, but picking a sprite with a dark hat in the door might be hard for some cues.
Yeah, just
Alright, Doomtap going for the juke. Okay, gets the 2 pixel buffer down. I see a mushroom in his quick swap. I don't know if we already had that or if that was it.
I don't believe we did.
Okay. Okay, so SacriJuts taking the water walk from Ice Rod Cave. Is this a hobo check or island check? Okay. Okay, nothing on the island. Okay, Doomtap is rescuing the old man. Waterfall, we see arrows and our first bottle. I immediately release the fairy and check for potions, and we get a B. Unfortunate.
Let me swap the audio.
Ah, sorry, I missed the old man item. Oh, SacriJuts, I forgot that he's a fan of this Zora DMA. There's one other, fairly well-known runner who used to do this, who declined to participate in this tournament. Unfortunately, I missed them. The person that eliminated me from the last tournament, but he's kind of an OG at Rando, been playing a very long time, and knows a lot about the game. A powder on Spectacle Rock. Doomtap doing the manual clip to get to the other side instead of the bomb clip. And Doomtap is very good at these clips, but I am still surprised though. But it was nicely done.
It seems like there's a whole lot of nothing on East Mountain right now. Oh, there's a small, another pod small.
I missed the bomb bows. That could be significant.
It was in I believe that was Ice Rod Cave.
Oh, okay. Ice Rod itself on the floating island. This is some really weird RNG from SacriJuts.
Yeah, just smidge.
And sometimes you just can't catch a break on this mountain. Oh, I didn't know you could correct your Y position with a buffer for a teleport. Like, I feel like usually I pop out when I try to do that, but like Doomtap's just really good at clipping in general, though.
Oh yeah, I've seen Doomtap to do plenty of wild, like, 1-frame clips. Nobody else really seems to do, except him.
Yeah, I mean, I like to try to keep in shape for the vanilla speedruns, and honestly, I find boots clipping to be pretty awkward, even though I do have some days when I am, like, quite fast at it, but that day is not every day. You know, ideally with the citrus, you can not re-grip the controller like you do for dash buffers.
Absolutely. SacriJuts heading back down. Gonna be... I'm not sure what he has in his bottle, if anything.
I didn't see a shop trip, but I could have just missed it.
Oh, this is just to go to Thieves Town.
Okay, so he did go to the potion shop. Alright. Okay, so this is our first YBA of the seed, the Yuzuhara's Bottle Adventure. It does a variety of effects, but in this case it takes us to another room. Just has to make sure you get onto one of 2 pixels, because it's the North YBA, and we did succeed. Alright, Doomtap into Uncle. The piece
This
of
is
heart.
I think it's just castle for cave state key at this point.
Yeah, since they haven't found one yet.
Is the audio levels fine for the stream? 'Cause I actually don't know. I was just eyeballing it.
Oh, that's where the small key to desert was. It was in Link's house. Imagine that. Okay, Thieves Town Big in the Hyrule Castle map chest. That is classic. The Cave State Big Key in the castle. That's not the vanilla one.
I'm sorry, did he pick up a key in that the map chest or?
Yeah, it was the Thieves Town Big Key in the Hyrule map chest.
Okay, got it.
Half magic and the boomerang chest is nice. We
I know,
have
it's
confirmation from chat that the audio.
Oh, the audio's good. Okay. Wait. I realized, like, I'm like, yeah, wait, what we're hearing here is gonna be different from the streams. I don't actually know if what I said was fine. I just tried to make it work.
Well, you're doing an amazing job.
Oh, Ether Medallion.
Yeah, Ether could be really nice.
That's 2 medallions and Bombos without a fire road right now is significant. Actually, we could just beat Ice Palace right now, potentially. Well, SacriJuts could just do Ice Palace. Probably not the greatest thing right now, but I mean, it is a doable dungeon with this loadout.
Yeah, that's very true.
I wonder if that Ether will be significant, because I know there'd be some temptation to leave Escape early, getting the big key in this first check.
You know, I've never actually seen anyone do that in No Logic. I know some people do that in Cross Keys because it's like the only one that's in Logic, usually, without the small key, but you do have a good point. The other check... Oh, he's doing it! What? Whoa!
Because, you know, you come here for your Cave State big key, so if you get one right there, you're like, well, I could just leave right now, because technically I got what I wanted. And the other 2 checks are a bit slow.
They are slow.
And the ether could be really significant. I mean, that half magic is really nice to have, honestly.
Yeah, the half magic is huge safety, but perhaps less so because I'm assuming SacriJuts is also going to get tempered.
Oh, we got a flippers here in a pod.
Oh yeah, Doomtap did a bomb clip to get to pod from Spectacle Rock Cave, so very convenient. We can just loot everything. SacriJuts setting up another YB8 at Thieves Town, but this one goes to the basement.
Yeah, already has the attic finished, so this is just gonna be doing the dungeon, just finishing off. Pulls big key to desert.
Big key to desert. That's kind of a funny location from that, because a lot of people like to do the Thieves Town from desert, so they're not going to be doing that in this season.
Oh yeah.
And Doomtap gets the GT big key in the Rupee basement, which is another cave key, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, I think we're only missing Pod Big for Cave State keys. We have the rest.
Yeah, so you could have like forgotten to get the key and then gotten bailed out.
Oh yeah.
I feel like once in a while people forget to get the cave key and just rush Pod because they're like, there's so many items, let's go.
We have LSD blind on one side, which is to keep the door open. A book on the right side here at Doomtap. But yeah, LSD blind is useful to keep the door open because we can murder blind here, walk out the door, and then just walk back in proper thief state and just get the prize.
Yes, that is true. The only purpose is to keep the door open, but Doomtap does a nice hover into a bomb juke and gets the lamp, which we didn't need the juke for that, but it just routes out nicely this way. So
yeah, if you can do the hover right side immediately in Cave State Pod, it's honestly really strong routing. You can just
it's really
hover over there, bomb juke, and then get those 2 items on your way back. And the small key to thieves in thieves, very cool.
Yeah, so the actual purpose of the juke, though, overall, is to get to Hookshot Cave, though, which we now see Doomtap is there. Yeah, the lamp is a big find. I don't imagine SacriJuts misses that, but lamp is a really important item usually.
Yeah, because Pod is like kind of like this. It's kind of like quote unquote Sphere 1 for this mode, I think. Kind of end up doing it because of how dense it is. You're gonna end up doing it.
Yeah, it's like a second Kakariko basically. Okay, ice small for SacriJuts. Usually one of those is pretty helpful.
Yeah, if you can find one out in the wild and then steal the very beginning key potentially, it lets you get the right side and also fire rod.
Yes, fire rod in Hookshot Cave for Doomtap.
TR small. The thing is, that's in a hover location. I don't know if SacriJuts hovers or not.
I do not think so. Yeah, it could. Okay, so that's Hera Crystal is what we got from that map check. For those that were not aware, we weren't actually in the Dark World. Okay, so Doomtap, this is good, because the only bottle that we know of is in the waterfall, so that's kind of a clever way for Doomtap to route this in.
It's really convenient you pull the flippers that you can just route this way.
I mean, you could splash delete if you don't have the flippers, but it's a little annoying.
Yeah.
But he did have bombs to do it with, and plenty of arrows. But yeah, SacriJuts doing Village of Outcasts without the Moon Pearl because we technically never went to the Dark World. Just underworld glitches allow us to travel around without changing our world state. Okay. The big
Zora a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, if Doomtap didn't pull the bottle, he would definitely have. Well, no, he actually had no opportunity to do scum. So, Yeah, it's just $500 down the drain, but
Yeah, he would have scummed all of Pod if he reset.
yeah, I was
That
about to
would've been
say,
really...
I was like, never mind. There's too much good stuff in Pod.
Alright, so SacriJuts went back for Sick Kid, but I missed it.
It was nothing. It's like $20.
Okay. But yeah, SacriJuts showcasing the fake Dark World to real Light World transition as a fast way to go back to town. Okay, so Doomtap is doing a bunny DMD. This is a citrus clip.
Oh, that was fast.
Yeah, that was good. And okay, SacriJuts getting the Meyer big from checkerboard.
And with how Doomtap knows how to one-frame clip, he's probably gonna might do the really funny bunny clip down.
That's an interesting spot for a big key. Yeah, but this Skullwoods play makes a lot of sense, having just got the Fire Rod. You
have Fire Rod and Tempered. You have two Skullwood smalls, so you can clear this pretty quick.
Yep. And Doomtap's probably thinking about go mode. Like, I mean, probably is gonna need a little help in like the way of like glitching items, but like having like Tempered Sword and both rods, this really is well, you could hit the quote unquote oh no go mode pretty quick in a seed like this.
Oh yeah.
And SacriJuts is trying to go to Landmo right now. Bomb Snap to set up the spin YBA. Oh, we're VRAMing. Alright, let's go. I assure you what you're seeing on the left side of your screen is completely normal gameplay. Not a big deal. It's like we're doing ice rod strats on the worms.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely SacriJuts' best option right now.
Yep. Okay, finish with a tempered spin. The map of TR, good map. And we already have the rods, but still, knowledge is power.
SacriJuts gets some kind of prize.
I think it's a crystal, because the sparkling...
Yeah.
The pendants don't do the sparkle effect like that. Oh, SacriJuts will have to save and then do a hard reset to fix the VRAM corruption. Doomtap, unfortunately, missing a torch there. Getting bullied by the mummies a little bit.
Yeah. He has powder, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Like,
I would
Doomtap
take a
has
spike
half
hit.
mag.
Yeah, I don't know, I'll take a spike hit here. I hate having beams for this fight.
Yeah,
It won't mess up
definitely.
the opener, but the other hits can be a little bit, like, not great with beams, but that was still very fast, though. Alright, temper for SacriJuts in the Hera basement cage. Bad news for Doomtap with the pendant and skull. Well, one way or another, Doomtap is probably pretty close to figuring out this info situation. Although he is unable to check his Dark World maps because he's not technically in the Dark World. Death Warping places us in the fake Dark World. SacriJuts is going to pod. Doomtap, clearing out Skullwoods. So small key to GT and small key to GT.
Nice.
Small key to pod, okay. Kind of an unfortunate waste of time, but I agree with checking it though. You didn't know that. It was a waste of time.
Yeah, I mean, Doomtap stops. You have a fairly easily clearable dungeon plus a bunch of checks. You have the skull is small to make it quick. So why not?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely. It's just he just didn't get anything for going there. It was unfortunate. Well, the pendant is info, but that's not ideally how we find our info. A mushroom with bombs.
Yeah, a lot of nothing on the mushroom.
Well, Doomtap did set an index with the lamp. I'm not sure what he's thinking. Could be thinking conveyor.
Yeah. Conveyor is not a terrible option right now. Especially with the easier setups we have now. I think conveyor is a lot better of an option than it used to be.
Yeah, I mean, I'd consider the bow conveyor easier than like the water conveyor, but that's just because I have more experience with it, so I couldn't tell you if it's actually easier. Okay, so hammer in the back of escape, we already knew that from SacriJuts, but Doomtap's giving us another bomb juke. So this will go to the pyramid if we succeed. Now, this type of bomb juking is a little bit tricky, but it is identical to the one that he did in pod, though.
Yep, it gets it. We get to walk out of the pyramid as if we had just fallen in the Ganon fight.
Yep. Just the shield.
I see Doomtap's going to use this as an excuse to go to Thieves Town, I think.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. You could turn this into a Thieves Town play from the Uncle Passage.
I don't know if Doomtap, I don't think Doomtap unlocked the closet. Or maybe Doomtap did unlock the closet in
Doomtap
Desert.
didn't have a bottle when he was in Desert because it was in the waterfall.
Oh, that's right, yeah. So this is gonna be the full trip through here.
Well, to be fair, it looks like SacriJuts did make a special trip, like, just for the attic, so I'm not sure how much time that saves if you're not, like, already going to Desert, but, It is nice to see, like, the contrasting methods on stream for people that maybe haven't seen this a lot. But SacriJuts is doing a glitch called Statue Drag to Helmsor. Juking the transition with a statue pulling animation. Long story short, we can get to the boss room if we do some specific movements.
This is like is like your no logic 101 tech. This is pretty much required for the mode, I think. Otherwise, getting to Helma is awful.
Yeah, definitely, because you're not guaranteed to have bow or hammer, and like the other methods of getting there also aren't guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and just the fact that it doesn't really require items to do it. You literally just need bombs and a weapon for the boss. Oh yeah, the old vanilla all bosses run used to have to do this, and we did it with 4 hearts. It was really, really awful. I'm glad we don't do that anymore.
Get a small key to TR, and it's a crystal.
Crystal is good news. So SacriJuts building up a bit of a lead at the moment, but not having that fire rod could be an issue potentially down the road. We'll see.
Yeah, that could potentially be huge.
That was a weird bonk on Doomtap's side. Like, I've gotten that before too, and I don't know how. Because if you're doing the hammer dash, like, and you're on like just the wrong pixel, it doesn't destroy the pot for some reason. That's pretty annoying.
Might be some like weird sub-pixel things.
Yeah, that's happened to me before as well, and I was like, what the heck, man?
Meanwhile, I think this is SacriJuts is gonna do. Yeah, this is definitely gonna do the bomb juke. Just doing it from pod state.
Yeah.
Yeah, East auto doors are very particular kinds of jukes. There is a pretty consistent setup to it, but they are very picky.
Oh yeah, because you can, like, you need to get in position before the final step, and like all the movements that you do before the final one are all like different timings, like than the final one. So it makes it a little awkward.
Like SacriJuts. I mean, you can do it. Well, you can do it in 2 bombs, but then you're stuck. So
yeah, you need bombs to open up the wall in Hookshot Cave. So yeah, that was the right call to save and quit there. It's just unfortunate that he didn't get it, but there also we know if he doesn't hover, there's nothing there for him though, unless he wanted to turn it into a GT play.
yeah, honestly, I think that. Well, at that point, I guess he didn't have a potion, so he would not have been able to do GT.
Well, you can just buy one on the mountain and then clip back.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. You wouldn't even need to clip back. You have a glove. You can just go back up.
Oh yeah, we actually saw that in the last race with Nobly climbed Super Bunny with no shortcuts. Like, didn't do a bomb jump. It didn't have any hook shot or like mirror to get past the blocks. Like, that's really slow. You don't want to do that. All right, blind fight for Doomtap.
Looks like SacriJuts is going to Eastern.
Yeah, this is a little bit curious. I mean, maybe just a play for items, maybe going into Mire. I don't know what the thought here is. Alright, so first crystal for Doomtap.
My guess is this is probably a check the front of Eastern and go to Mire. Because getting the front checks to Eastern and then going straight to Mire, I mean, it's not terrible.
Yeah, you're increasing the density for sure by doing it that way. Okay, we see TR is a crystal as well as ice. On Doomtap's map check.
And
okay,
this
so
is a GT play.
Yeah. Yeah, another fast select buffer citrus.
Yeah, Doomtap is really fast with these bunny citrus. Well, it look like he's not even buffering like half of it. He's just moving. Just knows when to stop.
Yeah, Doomtap has done a lot of vanilla runs that do this. Like, there was a fad in the vanilla community of doing like Armos RTA, which has to do a select buffer clip immediately. And I remember some people were like, "Wow, he just goes to the frame." Like, yeah, the extra buffers do add up time-wise.
SacriJuts gambling immediately. Okay, that's honestly surprising. I thought you would have just checked mine while you're there. Well, there's only one medallion too.
It's a runner's choice. I mean, I don't think either way is right or wrong, but you are going against the odds. You can at least get the Mire Shed, which was nothing in this case, but...
Looks like an Eastern
and he...
that was there was red mail.
Yeah. Well, at least he knows the medallion now. That's something. And we, as viewers, know that it's not available, at least not yet. So that skipping ether didn't hurt. Oh, that's an easily dupable bottle for Doomtap. Like, he literally could have just YBA'd in that door right now and did it. But maybe isn't concerned about. Okay, I don't know. I'm thinking, what does Doomtap want for go mode? Like, that, I feel like that third bottle would probably do it. I mean...
Alright, so...
It wouldn't be the greatest go mode, but it would be a go mode.
So we don't know if Mire or Swamp is needed for go mode. It's one of those two. Right now, Doomtap only needs 2 bottles for Swamp because he has flippers. So that covers it.
To TR. Yeah.
And then for Mire, assuming we just do the route of like duping, just dungeon ID swap shenanigans.
Yeah, it only needs 2 bottles at a time. Like, you have to refill a lot, but you can do it with 2 bottles. The problem for most people, I say most people, I should say some people, is like getting to the boss itself might be hard with 2 bottles. Like, you would have to conveyor into Cave State Mire, because most people would go from Eastern or Desert, and then you would still need 2 more bottles or a mirror after that to get to the boss.
Yeah.
So if Doomtap potentially, I think he knows how to beat the seed, but he also doesn't have all the info yet. So looking for items is understandable. Okay, map after we just cleared the dungeon. Cool. Okay, meanwhile, SacriJuts has wrong warped to Hera from Cave State Pod. So I'm probably thinking to unlock some doors. Like,
yeah.
This is one of the ways we can clear Hera.
Especially when especially when you know you might be close to go mode. It's like, may as well unlock Hera, because there's definitely no guarantee you're gonna get the hook. Or Hera big.
Oh. Yeah, certainly not. Okay, so he unlocked that door. I'm curious if...
Oh, there's a Mire medallion.
Oh, wow. That's huge find for Doomtap.
Yeah, Doomtap doesn't know yet, but that actually just solves... that pretty much solves Mire.
Yeah, he doesn't have to conveyor there now. So he can just walk in and then do the YBAs. Well, I say just walk in, but well, actually does it though without the Moon Pearl? I mean, it solves the crystal. He would still have to conveyor and then walk out and back in. But I don't know if he's going to gamble on that with 2 medallions. I mean, you could. I mean, I'd rather have the medallion than not have it, but it's deceptively not as helpful as it looks, I think, in this situation. You have to figure out that it's useful in order for it to be useful.
If he does eventually check Ice Rod Cave, which at this point I think he may just skip, then he'll have all 3. And that's
that was my thought though. He might skip it because it's just getting later and later, and it's a one-off. He already did Mini Moldarm, already did Zora area. Okay, this is a fake flute. I wonder where we're going. This could be for info if he doesn't know the reds.
Yeah, just go, check, get Hype Cave plus some crystal info. It's pretty nice, honestly.
Yeah, definitely. And you can always reset if you want to keep your potion.
Oh, there's another fire rod. Okay.
Alright, well that's good for SacriJuts. So we know that there's a non-hover locked fire rod now.
Also, a very, very convenient Hera small in there in case swamp is required.
Yeah. But this is an interesting situation with Doomtap and the medallions, because there are seeds where, like, I've done it, and, like, I've talked to Crithel about this before. Sometimes you just gamble on not having the Meyer medallion, and you just do the dupe anyway. I mean, usually you would already have hook pushing, though, so it's, like, a faster dupe, but, like, it's definitely possible that you could do Meyer without ever checking the medallion and still beat the seed.
Oh, yeah.
So, it'll be really interesting to see what our runners decide to do, and Doomtap is like doing like a cautious like approach by checking a lot of items before committing to going anywhere.
And for all we know, Meyer might not even be required. Could just be swamped.
Yeah, that's true too. Okay, to answer a question, chat, this is lower bracket round 1. We don't have enough people in glitch tournaments to do groups, so we just do seeding in brackets. So these runners are fighting for their tournament life. One of them will be out after this race. And honestly, it could go either way. SacriJuts currently with the crystal lead, but not having the fire rod, which we know is required for this seed.
But SacriJuts is going for a fake flute, so SacriJuts might get that fire rod here in a moment.
It looks like it, yeah. And Doomtap, meanwhile, in ice. We know ice is a crystal. We're thinking about something. He has everything he needs for this dungeon. Like, the glove and hammer.
Yeah, like, this is just a regular vanilla ice palace at this point. Outside of having the ice big, but...
Well, in the NMG speedrun, they don't use the ice big, though, so...
True.
That's funny. Ice palace bomb jump is all you need. Oh, we're gonna actually find out what this big key is. SacriJuts fluted to 3 and not 7. That's interesting.
This is probably the entirety. This is like the entirety of the overworld check, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense. Just like go top to bottom.
Mm-hmm. Plus, Vu's already done, and the Meyer Shed and Meyer's already done, so you can just sprint straight down to Stumpy and then type Cave. That's not too bad.
Yeah, looks like we're gonna see some digging first.
Sure, I forgot about that check.
I mean, this sometimes is a very slow check. I think this is a defensible skip, even though I don't usually skip it.
I would think in SacriJuts' situation, he'd have a bit more reason to skip because he's already done the Meyer checks. So this is more out of the way than usual. If you're doing the entire Dark World overworld in one loop, then this brings you straight down to Meyer afterwards anyway. So it's not that bad.
Well, nothing on Dig Game, and Doomtap is skipping all the items, but it seems like he's like not sure if he's like doing the right play. But he didn't get anything in here. Like he might have got the pen gators on his way in, but like he didn't like open any chests in Ice Palace proper.
Yeah, I wonder if this is like thinking of the am I actually in go mode? Hold on a second.
Yeah, you definitely want to be careful about that, because in the past I've kind of committed too soon to go mode and been like, oh yeah, I probably need something with this like dungeon. I don't remember exactly what the situation was, but it's possible. But anyway, second crystal for Doomtap. And SacriJuts is going to get the fire rod. Some sword beams for the NPC.
Also, didn't get to commentate on it earlier, but at the very top of Hera was a bottle. So Doomtap will get a third bottle just beating Hera for Crystal. Which I'm Yeah, I'm sure he's going to do. Probably just gonna go pod into Hera. Or well, actually, well, he's gonna have to do Cave State, unlock Hera because he doesn't have the pod big. I don't think.
Yes. I don't think we found that at all. Well, he's doing the boss though, so I mean, this still makes sense, but he's not going to be able to unlock Hera on this trip.
I mean, it's gonna have to be 2 separate trips regardless.
Yeah, exactly. But he has the map, so he knows this is a crystal, so...
Yeah, considering
showing
51 minutes and may or may not be go mode, yeah, he's probably, definitely feel like you have to put the gas on the crystals.
Yeah, absolutely. The SacriJuts setting up a YBA to ice in case you missed it on Doomtap side. And Doomtap doing the statue drag to Helmasaur. A little bit of a different setup than I'm used to seeing, but it looks good so far.
Yeah, so like it's working.
Yeah, I feel like that second bomb in the door is usually the part where it fails if you're going to fail it, and he got it, no problem.
Yeah.
Right, it's gonna be third crystal for Doomtap, so he's catching up.
Yeah, he actually has a pretty fast path forward. Because I'd imagine it's going to be unlocked. Probably go. Well, does he? He might set up unlocking Swamp and then just duping the crystal right away. Just because that just may be the answer. And if you're unlocking Hera, then you may as well go to Swamp and unlock it as well. Kind of deal.
Yeah, I that makes sense. I mean, to do both at once. It's just that these runners don't know which, the 50-50 Mire Swamp. They don't know which one is the crystal. The SacriJuts already unlocked Swamp, I'm pretty sure.
Doomtap buying 2 green, so it's definitely not Swamp then. Unless there's a different setup to unlocking Hera that I don't know. Using a green potion instead.
Well, I was gonna say this is probably Mire, but like we're climbing the mountain like manually, so I don't know. It's I don't know what he's thinking. I mean, this is a setup for Stairmaster, but oh, you know what? Shouldn't have been saying all this talk about conveyor. I think I literally just talked to Doomtap when we were on comms, in one of the other races, and he said he hasn't done it in a while, so he doesn't like doing it. But I know he's done it before. That conveyor was in the old All Bosses speedrun, but if you're rusty on it, it is a scary trick, though.
Yeah. All right, so looks like missed the Stairmaster. Giving up to do something else for now.
Yeah, maybe he wanted to Cave State Eastern and then Cave State Mire from Eastern. I don't know what he was planning there.
That's my guess. Is gonna just double Cave State. I guess maybe the thought process was to just if he doesn't have enough bottles to do Mire on that first trip, or complete Mire in that first trip, then may as well just K-State over and get some extra checks along the way, I suppose. Not sure.
Alright, so SacriJuts is setting up a spin YBA that is not required with this equipment.
Yeah, SacriJuts can just walk down and just do the boss normally. Sometimes you forget that sometimes the completely vanilla option is in fact on the table.
I mean, we've all been there, but it is amusing though. And it is tightening up our race since he's taking his time with this, so let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
I don't blame him for wanting to kill the enemies, but it is unfortunate when you go through the door. Okay, I think he just realized that.
You can just do this, yeah.
Well, at least he didn't leave. I would have been upset if he missed the YBA and then left. Alright, so Doomtap into Cave State Eastern. What are we doing here? Are we just looking for items, or what are we doing?
Another TR small.
Yeah, like they found a lot of small keys in the seed that we don't normally always see. Like sometimes we just don't have any, or like only one of each is like a luxury. Okay, we are going to Mire. SacriJuts picks up 5th crystal. So are we leaving and gambling? Thinking.
I think Doomtap was thinking about the gamble.
The gamble is so good in this case because if he opens it, he could just bunny walk back here and then with 2 potions and do the dungeon, like, not normally, but I mean, he could do it though.
Looks like he is in fact gambling after much hesitation.
Yeah, these are hard decisions to make, but he has a guaranteed path forward this way without like doing the conveyor, without, I don't know, or maybe he's banking on Samaria being in here, which is certainly possible.
Yeah, it is quite the gamble.
Or another thing, he could just clip Sahara to check the prize that way.
True, yeah. Which honestly, he's probably gonna do a couple quick checks, clip over to Hera, because I mean you're gonna have to get the prize regardless. So
yeah,
may as well.
Yeah, and if it is the crystal, having the door open will make it easier to get. Well, I shouldn't say easier, but he has a guaranteed way path to get back here with 2 potions, which is what you would need to get to the boss with this equipment.
And given that he's immediately started skipping everything, looks like he is. This is probably him declaring gun mode, I'd imagine.
Oh, the boomerang 1 frame clipping. Whoa. It's tight buffering. Like I tried buffering with the boomerang like on citruses, and you have to be quite fast. It looks like he didn't quite get it, but I respect the effort. It was cool.
Fortunately, SacriJuts heading to Skull Woods, which we know is a whole lot of nothing. Also, showing why red mail is not exactly the best thing in the world to have, sometimes.
So
you can just start doing some very long death warps.
Yeah, did SacriJuts miss the TR map, by the way? I think so.
Real quick.
I think it was in Hookshot Cave, actually.
Oh yeah, that's right, yeah, it was. So he doesn't have it.
Alright, so this play from SacriJuts makes sense, because this is like the easiest dungeon to do, and if it's a crystal, that's good. But unfortunately, we know it's not.
Oh yeah, okay, now I realize why Doomtap is right in this way, because he has the Mire Big, so he can unlock Hera during this trip.
Oh yeah, this is another classic HMG routing. What? What do you know? Oh no, but is he leaving without checking the prize though? That is surprising.
Oh,
Both runners having a little bit of a scuffle with the mummies.
Yeah, because looking at his stream, he doesn't know what the prize is. I just double checked to say like, oh, maybe like he figured out what the crystal was, and like we just didn't quite notice. But no, he doesn't know. So.
Well, yeah, I don't know. But I agree with unlocking the door, but I disagree with not checking the prize. It is a bit slow to climb back up there, but all
You're
of his
gonna have to make
options for
that
getting
slime
back to
back
Meyer.
anyway.
Yeah, I mean, all of his options for getting back to Meyer are also slow. Is the problem?
Yeah, I feel like it'd be better to just guarantee which dungeon you need to do at that point.
Yeah, maybe he just didn't think about it, or I don't know. Unlocking the door is clever with, you know, not having to do the cave state pod, and but I don't know. Questions we'll have to ask later. Alright, so 4 crystals for Doomtap. And SacriJuts gets the bad news from Skullwoods also.
The Doomtap is getting the 3rd bottle and the completion of Crystal Hera. That 3rd bottle should absolutely solidify pushing go mode, because that just lets you go. You can just YBA from Eastern, then double YBA and be done with it.
Yeah, that is not a super quick option, but none of the options are quick in this case.
Yeah, I think that's overall better than 2 trips, probably.
Yeah. Well, I would say desert is probably the fastest way, but without the hook shot, it's really annoying to, or if you have a small key, then that doesn't matter. You can just open the big key door from the other side, but... Well, I don't know. None of the options are good. I guess we'll just leave it at that.
Well, Doomtap is grabbing this now. So we're gonna figure out if we're probably gonna figure out here in a moment if what? Okay.
Oh yeah, I don't think that was what you wanted to do there, but
well, you need to grab that key. He needed to grab that key to open up the next door.
Yeah, but leaving without opening the door is what I meant. But maybe he just decided to abandon Swamp entirely. So.
Well, he abandoned Meyer, now he abandoned Swamp. You got to do one or the. You have to do one or the other. Unless he just didn't have a potion. Maybe he was
mad. Okay, I know what happened. He was mad that he didn't flood the dam first, or something. Well, maybe not mad, but I don't know. I feel like ideally you would want to like leave and come back in.
Oh yeah, maybe. I don't know anymore, honestly.
Because if he had flooded the dam beforehand, he would have been able to come back in Swamp State, like use easily with the flippers, and then go back to Hera to check the prize that way.
My only guess is he maybe forgot something.
Well, he's going for Argus right now, is what this looks like. Or well, it could be Meyer too, I guess. It's hard to tell from Desert. Desert connects to a lot of places.
Well, if he was doing Meyer, I feel like he would have just done it in that first room. So this is not Meyer. This is probably Argus. Got the potions out and heading to the right side. I know the right side's already unlocked.
Yep. I don't know, maybe we're just having a decision-making crisis, which is understandable. Okay, so SacriJuts.
Yeah, meanwhile, SacriJuts is going to figure out if... Yeah, we're going to see now our full info.
Yep.
Because in SacriJuts' case, SacriJuts doesn't know that TR is required. So this is...
What?
Crystal Swamp.
Is the crystal. Yeah.
That is our final dungeon.
So it's... Yeah, that's good for Doomtap, because he's doing Argus anyway, and that was a nice double YBA, by the way.
Oh yeah, that one's very, very particular.
Yeah, because it's east, it's pixel perfect, you have to eat exactly on the last pixel, and then you have to correct afterwards to do the second YBA.
And now, Doomtap, you can just, yep. I think this is Doomtap looking at a guide for these pauses, I'll be honest. Wait, okay.
You know what? That,
no shade, I do that. I do that all the time. Hey, the map
of
swamp.
Swamp is in Swamp. What the heck?
Alright, well, he's probably gonna check. Nice map.
I'm still losing it. Like this is goofy. Alright, so we can take advantage of the camera being unlocked to skip the first phase of the fight. This is really nice.
Does pushing against the wall over here just like guarantee he doesn't have his hat or something?
Yeah, so you need to hug the opposite wall of the one that Argus goes to when the phase is skipped, because if you don't, then the puffs come back and they hurt a lot. Well, I mean, maybe less so because he has red mail, but you can easily die if you don't, play it safe on the wall there. Like, it's like assuming you were doing it earlier with less hearts or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, SacriJuts is
they just
attempting to go back.
On top. Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, the puffs, like, when they reappear, they appear, like, literally on top of you. Like, you can't really avoid it without having, like, the cape or burner. But yeah, SacriJuts is doing the juke, so it's probably gonna do GT. So might not be comfortable with the TR situation. Oh wait, SacriJuts missed the lamp. Did they just miss it again?
No, I think they have the lamp. I just didn't quite mark it.
Okay, I was confused for a second. Although it may not be comfortable with the conveyor anyway, it's kind of annoying. I mean, not the actual conveyor part, but like the clipping part to get into TR is pretty annoying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because ideally you can just overworld conveyor to TR, so you only need the 2 bottles, but if you aren't necessarily comfortable with that, then you can just use the, what's it called? Use a 3rd potion and just drag Link State all the way up the mountain and clip in that way.
Yeah, that's true, and I think SacriJuts is kind of showing that they're not comfortable with this go mode by checking these items. So I'm gonna say advantage Doomtap from what we're seeing here.
Oh yeah, absolutely. In this case, Argus is dead, and Doomtap is gonna be duping Swamp, which is gonna be the last crystal.
Oh, he still has to do TR.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Well, I forgot about that. Yeah, but he at least has a good solution for TR. Whether or not he's comfortable with Overworld Conveyor, he's got a solution to it.
Yeah, SacriJuts not having the GT bottle is looking like it's a problem. Oh, the hook shot is looking like a... What is that? Well, he could hook shot from the... Like, hook push, rather, from the old man cave. If he and then hook push Trinex if he wants to do it that way. But I think this is a shopping trip. I think we're buying bombs, or...
Oh, no, he never got the lamp.
Oh, he skipped.
I was right.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh yeah, because like he jumped down. He didn't open the chest. He like jumped down. Like I thought I saw him skipping it, and it appears that that was correct, which is.
I thought the chest is already opened.
Unfortunate. Well, the camera's kind of weird when you do it that way, so it was probably hard to tell. I know, but we just saw the menu. He doesn't have it, which is really unfortunate. Alright, well, he still has a way forward, though. He stores the index, he gets a fake flute, and then he link states to TR, and then hook pushes from there. So
yeah, you can just do the 0A stuck push and then go for the double YBA. It does solve it with just 2 bottles, potentially.
Oh, there's that too, yeah. So I think most people would rather like do the Trinex hook push and like do a fake flip. Like if you're someone in this position and you're not, well, he doesn't have the lamp. I don't know. So like what you said is true. He could hook push in and then do the YBA, or he could fake flute for a link state and then do the hook push inside the dungeon rather than to get in. So he has options.
Yeah. Yeah, because you can just just link state your way in, and you would just have to do like the release method of like 5 arrows, 2 bombs release method instead. That'll let you release that stuck push.
I mean, you could do a lot of things. You could use the fire rod even, which would be risky if we didn't have tempered sword because of the magic situation, but there are a lot of ways to release a stored hook.
Yeah, I think given the loadout, that's by far the easiest method for releasing. that he's got. Resource intensive, yes, but if you only have 1 hook anyway, then not the end of the world.
What did you say? 5 arrows or 6 arrows?
It's I think 5 or 6 works. I know 5 for sure works. I'm pretty sure 6 works as well.
Well, I think it depends on what your index is actually at beforehand. But presumably, well, I don't know actually. Like for Samaria push, it's always going to be 9 after you do the block. But for a stuck push, I'm not sure, because I know the arrow method it works, but it can fail though. Like, there was discussion about this during the last race, but I was trying to focus on the race, so I didn't really, get the important part of the discussion.
Yeah, Tammy, you're right. You can do that method because he's got blue boom. For no reason, I thought he had red boom. Because I know, yeah, red boom makes it tricky, but blue boom, yeah, you can just do that. Bomb, boom, dust. Dust hook, that works.
Well, Tam's saying it doesn't matter what the index is, then why does it not work every time? Like, there has to be something. Okay, well, Doomtap's showing us the downward conveyor. And SacriJuts takes down Argus. Alright, so SacriJuts should have the Swamp Crystal and the Argus kill completed. I'm just saying for tracking purposes.
Oh, the SacriJuts that's all completed, right? Yep.
Yeah, because he got the crystal first, and then went back to the boss.
Yeah.
Oh no, he doesn't know. This is a play for Meyer dupe.
Yeah, because he doesn't know about TR.
Okay, so this is going to beat the door if he's successful at the second YBA. Meanwhile, Doomtap overworld conveyored and then revived inside TR. Okay, so this is the Trinex double YBA. Requires some fairly specific movement to not mess it up. think a little lower. Oh, okay, never mind, that was good. I thought you had to be a little bit lower, but no, apparently it was good. Okay, and then we need to YBA this door as well, but we can't go through the door, though, because there's a pit on the other side.
That's it.
Yeah, nicely done. Alright. Nice, easy fight with Gold Sword. Doomtap still needs to go to Aga 2, which is going to be a bit time consuming because the boss did not conveniently give us Samaria.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Wait. He does have TR big, so it's just gonna be another another trip across the mountain.
Yep. Yeah, but it's just that we have to leave and come back. But there's no way around it, though.
Yeah. All of our methods to get up into Aga 2 are not the best.
Yeah, I mean, it's just not a good steed if you don't have Samaria. What can I say?
It's the downward conveyor.
Yeah, really nice. Like, that one's, I think, more difficult than doing the up conveyor with Bow because you have to manipulate the D-pad and 3 of the face buttons at the same time. It involves some kind of gripping, you know, like piano grip, claw grip. You know, you gotta do something not normal. You can't do it all with your thumb on the right side. And then it's easier to close down here because we don't have to be facing up this time. Like, not that he had trouble the first time, I don't think, but it is easier. Alright, so SacriJuts is going to TR with a fake flute link state and gets the nice mirrorless wrap.
Watch, I hope Doomtap opens this and gets a hook shot. It'll be funny.
Sword slash tells us how he really feels. Alright, so this YBA is just to get in the lava. And the lava will warp us to Aga 2. Oh, nice damage boost strat there to get the fight over with there. And nice clape. Okay, meanwhile, SacriJuts did manage to use their stored index to stick a hook, but has to release it. Oh, ice? I don't know if this is good. No.
Oh.
I think Ice Rod was the last thing you wanted to use there because it puts sparkles on screen. You could accidentally overload. That's unfortunate. Right. Doomtap into the Ganon fight. Not gonna be any issues here. Sorry for the quiet. Not a lot to say about a Gold Sword Ganon fight, but it gets it done.
GG's for Doomtap.
Yeah,
Winner
very
of the
well played.
series.
Oh, I don't have the race room time. I was late coming in, so unprepared. Alright, Doomtap had finished with an official time of 1 hour, 21 minutes, and 31 seconds, so congratulations. And SacriJuts has decided to forfeit, which is understandable. Like, it was about to be somewhat close, but just having trouble with that hook push was quite unfortunate. That kind of extended the time it was going to take to finish the seed.
See if we can get them in here. And we are joined by Doomtap, the winner of this race and this series. Congratulations.
Hey, thank you.
Um,
So I was talking a little bit with SacriJuts in the race time, and it seems like we didn't know what we had to complete, and that was like kind of stumping both of us.
yes. I think there were some pretty key things that were important in this race. So the first thing is that SacriJuts, I don't know if this was an accident or what happened, but they don't have the lamp, which was in the vanilla big key chest and pod.
Oh,
But they did get the hook shot, somewhat recently, like earlier than you had it, so they were going to try to finish TR with like a temporary index, but unfortunately it failed. But yeah, missing that lamp, we were like, oh, that's really unfortunate. But
yeah.
no,
Oh, go ahead.
well, I actually remembered one of my questions for once. So I was wondering for you, did you when you went to Hera in Meyer State to unlock the big key door, did you give thought about like going to the boss super tile to like check the Meyer prize?
No, not at all. Is that an easy thing to do, or do I have to?
You would just go up and beat Moldorm and it would drop the Meyer prize. That's all.
Oh, that probably would have been a lot easier than what I did. I was just going to open everything in Cave State. I was going to do Eastern to Meyer to Hera to Swamp because I didn't know what my last crystal was. And then I got to Meyer in Cave State, and I gambled on just opening the door. Like I went outside to see what it was, and then I finished doing
There's
that
that
stuff.
the hesitation, the selecting in the front,
What?
going to Meyer 2, and then immediately turning around and leaving.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that was the right thing to do or not. Probably what you both said is better to just go check what the prize is, and then you don't have to bother with any of that stuff.
Well, I mean, you'd have to be in Meyer state to do that anyway. So you would have had to have left and done the gamble.
Yeah, I guess I got thinking about it when I went to Meyer too, and I said, well, I do have 2 medallions, and I need to know whether I need to delete the door or not, so I guess it makes sense to go check it.
Yeah, which, if you want to know, the Bombos has been sitting there in Ice Rod Cave for forever.
Yeah, I just didn't check those things this time.
Well, yeah, with how you routed, and you got Zora DMD because you had flippers coming out of Hook Cave. It's like, well, may as well go down there, right?
Yeah,
you're right there.
I wasn't gonna do that stuff otherwise, but I did have the flippers at that point, so I said whatever. I'll go check it. It seems good enough.
Well, that was the first bottle in the seed, so that ended up being really important that you did that, I think.
Yeah, I considered myself in go mode when I got the second bottle. I think that was in GT.
Yes.
But I was checking stuff. Like, I thought about leaving, but I said, well, I'll finish the GT clear and see if I can find anything. And, like, I don't think I found anything of value after that. Like, I found another bottle, I guess, so that was pretty good. It saved me some trips to the dungeons and stuff. Yeah, I had the Turtle Rock mat, so I didn't want to go there, and that led me to not finding the hook shot ever until the very end.
Well, maybe I shouldn't be giving you advice because you're my next opponent, but that bottle was an easy dupe, though, just because of where it was, and it became preloaded with a potion.
Oh, do you just do it in the Bob's chest room?
You just North YBA straight back into that, because you just North YBA straight back in, as if you're going to walk in the door.
Yeah, not having the mirror does make it a little bit
annoying. Yeah, you would have to... You would have to death warp, but
that seems worth it. Yeah. Okay, that's good to know. I'm trying to pick up on the dupe, like the easy dupes, and I don't know the map that well. Like I know that's a super tile transition, but I never thought to just dupe the bottle. I need to get my head in that mindset.
Yeah, because I think you would. The only thing that matters if it's whatever that is. It like the map chest that's on the right over there? I forget what that down and on the right in that in that room.
Think so.
Yeah, so if that's open, it won't close one of the chests up in there. I forget which one, but otherwise it would reclose the others because that's the only chest on that super tile that you would be on.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
As long as you do it right away, it's fine, though, regardless of which chest the item you want is in.
Alright, that's good to know. I should write that down.
Well, in the last No Logic tournament, my opponent, like, duped that bottle location, like, up to 4 bottles, in one of the races.
Oh, trust me, in my last race, and I when I pulled a sword in the pod basement, I was like, wait, is this dupable? I had to let go and I had to quickly look to the map. Can I dupe this sword? Let me see. Technically, yes, but kind of awful, so let's just not.
Yeah, I think in general, I'm pretty rigid in my thinking, which isn't very good for randomizer. I just like to move the guy and hope that I can take some games off people. I am trying to learn. I put in a lot of work since the announcement of the tournament. Like I was not very good when it was announced. So I'm pretty happy with my progression, but I think I might be on my way out sooner than later.
I don't know. I mean, you never know. I guess it just depends. I mean, I'm practicing too, but I think everyone in this tournament is a serious opponent.
Mm-hmm. I think it's just 50-50 on me, on whether I play well or not. It's just a lottery. Because I've had some awful games, and I've had some pretty good ones.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, that's just kind of no logic. It's easy to just skip very important item because you have a million things available to you at all given times anyway. It's easy to go left instead of right in this kind of mode.
Yeah, for sure. Also, I was very poor. I went to Graveyard Ledge so I could hula hand, so I could get more money. I'm not
30
sure what I
rupees
would have
left.
done. Yeah, I knew there was 20 on the library and 20 on the race game, so I could buy another green potion or just farm one of those terrible spots where you pick up the rock and lift the pots.
Well, it happens. Hopefully not too often. The nice seeds are when you get the triple rupees, but can't always expect that.
I usually don't even check the prizes. I don't know how to. I get hit too often, so I just give up on it. I could check the tier 1, I guess.
And we're also joined by SacriJuts as well. Would you like to discuss the seed, or do you have anything to say? I mean,
Yeah. Well, first off, GG's.
GG's.
Yeah, the seed was fine. Just felt like I just need one more item, which I found at the end with the hookshot, just to be in go mode.
Yeah, the hook. I mean, missing the lamp is very unfortunate.
Yeah.
'Cause that would have severely helped the hook pushing situation. But there's also another bottle in GT. Doomtap did do a GT trip at some point, which had another bottle and also the Meyer medallion. Not that that ended up mattering.
Yeah.
But was there.
Yeah, anyway, I went to tier first because I really didn't want to do Meyer.
Yeah, I saw you deleting. You're going for sewer door delete because I mean you were at the point where because you don't hover, so you didn't hover hook cave, you didn't get the TR map, so
Yep.
it was a 50-50 on my TR on your end.
At this point, I bought 2 red potions, thinking I would sewer door delete. But then I remembered that maybe I should just go for TR. But I did not want to just drink the potions I just bought. I wanted to use them at some point.
oh, that makes sense.
Because yeah, at the end, as Doomtap said, we were very poor. Had the be everywhere.
Yeah, it kind of seeds lead to that a lot.
It was looking like it was going to be pretty close for a lot of the race. So like you had an early crystal lead, but we weren't sure like who was going to commit to go mode sooner. And like when you were in TR for like the first time, if you had succeeded at that push, it would have been quite close. So, like you would have been like right behind Doomtap into Agatu and Ganon. But like just for future reference, if you could well, a method I know that works. People in chat were saying to use arrows, but you can do 2 bombs, 2 fire rod shots to release the hook if you don't have the lamp. And since you have Tempered Sword, you should still have enough magic to do the fight as well. Just
Yeah.
thought I'd give you a heads up on that.
I think I just remembered that I didn't even use the boomerang to judge the direction.
I think you boomerang.
I don't think
I'm
so.
pretty
thought
sure
you
you had
did.
it out.
Yeah, maybe.
I
I
don't
thought you
think
did
I-
too, but maybe not.
I know another way I've done it, which is more resource intensive, is you can release with 5 arrows, 2 bombs, and fire hook. Is another way to release the stuck push. It consumes a lot of resources, but I mean,
Yeah, I think you did that in your last race. I was pretty surprised that was a thing you could do.
yeah, it uses up a ton of
Yeah,
arrows, but I mean, if you got nothing else, it works.
Yeah, not having the lamp was hard.
I had the arrow method fail for me before, and Tam, I think, was testing it actually and said in chat, if your index is greater than 3 or lower than 1, it works. So for almost every index, it works, is what I'm taking away from that. I must have gotten unlucky in the past if it didn't work for me. I don't know why.
I know I've always lamped left every time if I'm setting index. I don't know.
I mean,
Oh
if you
no, but
want
your
to
index
normalize,
changes after you do the
Oh,
after
yeah.
you do the misslotting is what it is the thing.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
you could always normalize it with 2 arrows and powder, no? To set it to
yeah, if
6.
you have the powder. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I don't know. I might have to look at that again because I've used the arrow method before, but I've also had it fail. But I could have just been really unlucky. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people are saying it works, so good information.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of curious because because I remember you did not check the pod big key chest, right? Like you didn't open that.
I didn't know. I
It
realized,
it was open when you were
yeah,
going through it in cave state.
yeah, I think it's because of the YBA2 era I did at some point, which I probably
Oh,
had overridden the chest. I only realized it myself when I went
oh no, I missed that.
to
So you were sorry, Brad. You were right. It
Oh
was
yeah,
open.
okay, yeah, that's what it is. So yeah, because that's linked. That chest is linked to the arena, the what is it? The arena ledge item. So
Yeah.
if you've already opened that chest
Oh.
on right side pod and you YBA south, it will delete the big key chest.
Yeah, that makes sense. Since I go for the juke, I open it before.
Yeah, you were going right side juke and failed, and because I know you're gonna go grab that in the basement on your trip with a juke.
Okay, I was confused, so that makes a lot more sense. Yeah, that's
So
just
yeah,
that's
that ends up
super
deleting the
unfortunate.
lamp. Yeah, deletes a very
From
important
the lamp.
item.
Oh no. I mean, it
Well,
probably
we got to
wouldn't
the bottom of
matter
it
too
eventually.
much. It would have made me probably not miss that that hook push. But I mean, if I remember to use the boomerang. But other than
Well,
that,
you'd have been able to retry it if you had the
yeah.
lamp. I don't know.
I mean, I didn't have much bombs. I realized on the way there. I only
Yeah,
had
that
4.
seems to be a common problem.
Honestly, that's kind of why I've started to adopt the do mini Moldorm cave after a Houlihan, and then just run the upgrade ferry and buy a bunch of bombs, so that I just don't have to worry about it for the rest of the seed.
I mean, I wanted to multiple points, but I never really found really a point at which to do that. I mean, with flute it should have been easier, but
But yeah, so Doomtap gets to advance, and it looks like Doomtap's opponent is sitting here in the booth. Have you two already scheduled a match?
No, not quite yet.
Yes, we did it, mentally during this conversation,
Yeah, I mean,
psychically.
Yeah,
they make sense. Yeah, it happens to some people.
telepathic like Saw.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I won my first match to get the privilege of losing to Malmo, and now who knows what will happen. Well, well, SacriJuts, I'm really glad you played in the tournament, and it's always great to get new people, into No Logic. Do you have any, final thoughts you'd like to share?
I'm looking forward for the next tournament. Hoping I can get a bit further in the brackets. Because No Logic is fun.
Yeah. Yes, I do quite enjoy it. If I'm gonna play Rando, I feel like this is the least trashy of all the modes, but that's just my opinion.
The logic is fun. It becomes a very different kind of puzzle. It's a fun mode.
I think I didn't have anything else. Brad, do you have any other questions or comments? Or Doomtap?
I didn't think of.
No, I was just gonna say thanks to the restream. I looked at the schedule right before we started, and there was no commentary signed up. So I was I was surprised that there was that. Like, I opened the stream when I finished, and I saw that it was being commentated on and stuff. So thank you for that.
Yeah, no problem. Well, thanks to Brad for tracking and doing comms. Like, I just jumped in like a few minutes late because I thought no one was doing it, so I just jumped in and yeah, so we got it done. It worked out.
Yeah, I
Nice.
originally signed up to track it, and it was just oh hey, nobody's actually commenting this. I guess I'll just do both. Why not?
But we do have at 9 p.m. Eastern tonight, Malmo versus Chex Human. That's gonna be a barn burner, a lot of people like to say. That's on SpeedGaming too, 9 p.m. Eastern. And we have races tomorrow and Friday and Saturday as well, so if you like glitches, we have plenty of them. And that will do it for me. So, thanks for watching, everyone.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you for showing up, everybody. Maybe see you in 4 hours when that race happens.